Casio squares. They are loved by everyone regardless of gender, age, or socioeconomic status. I have here one of the latest and biggest squares by Casio. It looks nice, but it has one problem that might be a deal breaker for some people. Hello friends, this is Casio WS-1700H. It is a big square, nice looking, attention grabbing watch. It is currently out of stock on Amazon. I think I know the reason why. I had a hard time finding one and I was pleased when I saw it restocked in a local watch dealer's website. It's on sale on eBay, but the prices are all over the place. I will leave some links for price suggestions in the video description. One thing though, I wouldn't pay more than 40 USD for it. This watch is one of the biggest non-G-Shock Casio squares. I'll put the measurements on the screen. I think it will make more sense once I put it on my wrist. In the meantime, here it is next to the DW-291H, which is a big watch. The octagon-shaped case is made of resin, and the construction feels very solid. Casio added some elevation to the case in the top, bottom, and sides. These elevations are highlighted by fake rivets. I don't think it looks bad. What I don't like is the acrylic crystal is slightly elevated than the case in some places, and those are where the crystal is more vulnerable to knocks and where it can easily break. If you know me, you know I like my digital watch buttons nice, big and tactile. These are all that, but let me confess real quick. I really wanted to criticize these buttons, but they work surprisingly well. From their positioning, you will say they will be difficult to operate, but it's actually not true. They are still kind of offset compared to the markings, and I would have preferred to have them a bit more separated. But they do the job, and that's all that matters. The Casio WS-1700H is a moon phase watch. We've discussed a similar one a few weeks ago, the WS-1500H. That one is part of the fishing gear line. This one covers a much broader water activity loving audience. We can see moon phase marked at the bottom of the case and tide graph at the top. The watch has one massive digital display that is divided in 5 sections. The time and date function occupies the bottom part of the display. Right above it, to the right, we have the analog-looking digital display, which will come in handy in a moment. To the left, we have a tide graph, a tide indicator, and a moon phase display. The legibility is very good, even at an angle. The font is crisp and different from other Casio watches. The bottom screen allows you to access the usual digital watch features. That will be your time, day, date, month. We can scroll through the modes using the Mode or C button. The first mode is Tide Graph. You know you're here because of the arrow that appears in the tide indicator. This will allow you to track the tide changes throughout the day using the Search or D button. The tide graph will show an indication depending on if the tide is high or low. The watch also offers you a stopwatch, timer, alarm, and dual time feature. I won't go in detail into all the features. That will be a separate video, so subscribe to stay tuned once that drops. But one important thing to note, and I think that is the reason this watch is not on Amazon right now, it's because there is a major bug in the dual time feature. The dual time only displays time in AM. Even if we switch the main display to 24-hour format, the dual time display only has 12-hour format. For me, it's not really a big deal. I don't use this feature that much. One thing I don't like is that the analog looking digital clock doesn't show the local time when in other modes. Some people might want to keep an eye on the local time when using the stopwatch or the timer. There's a nice amber backlight that can be set to 1.5 or 3 seconds. The watch offers 10 years of battery life and an accuracy of plus or minus 30 seconds per month. The strap is nothing special. It's made of rubber, it's comfortable, and it has a plastic buckle. The stainless steel case back is screwed down and the water resistance is 100 meters. Now it goes without saying that this watch looks gigantic on my 6.25 inch wrist, but it's a digital watch and I don't care about size when it comes to these beautiful thingies. I think it wears nice, it's a purpose-oriented tool watch, and it has the right to be big and bold. I really like this watch. It's so interesting to look at and it has cool features. The display is crisp and legible. The octagon-shaped case gives an extra bit of individuality. I don't like that the acrylic crystal is exposed in the corners. The button placement can be a bit annoying if you have OCD. The analog clock is kind of redundant. The dual time feature is broken. Maybe 200 meters of water resistance should be a standard for these watches, just saying. Other than that, if you can find this watch for around 40 USD, definitely go for it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. If you don't know what to watch next, here are 2 interesting Casio watches I'm sure you will like. Thank you for watching.